Well, today I thought I'd jump in here quickly. I just want to relay a story of what happened with me with customers that don't pay you. It happens all the time, especially when you're starting out, when you haven't got a massive customer base and you think, yeah, I'm going to do work for everybody and anybody. Well, this happened a little while ago. Someone called me up and said, "Oh, Ben, can you fix a light around my mum's house?" So I was like, "Yeah, no worries. Give me your mum's address." I went round there and I think I replaced the light maybe or something like that. So it cost him around £90. So I let him know, sent him the invoice via email. He never paid. And because we're busy sort of thing, I forgot about it. So then about 3 or 4 months later, I had to chase it up. I said, "Oh, mate, you haven't paid this invoice?" Yeah, I'm going to pay it. So basically, he had no intention of paying it. And I had to go round to the house in the end because the head was on the outside. It's probably completely illegal, but I pulled the fuse to the house, phoned him up and said, "Your mum's sitting there with no electric. Do you want to pay that bill now?" He paid. But this is the thing. It took time out of my day. And at the end of the day, like, I knew that woman wasn't on an emergency recall thing, his mum, and that I knew she was fit and healthy. She says, "You don't want to have to pull the electric to someone's house or anything like that. You have to knock on the door and sort of ask for your money again to be paid for the work you've already done." And I only sort of say this because it happens all the time. And it happens especially for landlords. Landlords think they can call you up and send you around to a property and say, "Yep, can you fix this?" And you don't know. You haven't got their address. All you've got is their phone number. So when you phone them up to say, "Right, where should I send the invoice to?" and stuff like that, let's basically blank you because they know it's been fixed. They don't care once it's been fixed. This is my experience with landlords. They're a nightmare. So this is what I've created. And the only reason why I did this, hang about, let me show you this. Right. This is what I created and what I send out to new customers now. If someone randomly phones you up and says, "Hi, I found your number on Google. I've got a problem with a property. This is the address. Can you go around and check it out and basically fix the fault?" So if I share my screen, and this is what I send them to start out with. It's a new customer. I don't know them from anywhere. I don't even know who they are. They've just phoned me up and said, "Right, can you fix a problem?" So what I'll do is just say, "Okay, no worries. If we can book it in, can I send you the booking in details of what I do as an electrician?" And it is basically just thanking them for ringing me and asking for their details, because you're going to need their details to send the invoice, to contact them, to maybe arrange the visit. So basically it says, I want the minimum charge to anyone to call out, even to someone to turn up. Obviously not for a quote. Quotes are free because you're not doing any work. But it is 50 quid to turn up, to do some work. It's a call out charge. It's the going rate. When I first started out, I used to charge £20. Then I've realised that £20 wasn't going to cover anything. All your insurances, all your van and your licenses and stuff, all the upgrades with the 18th edition and 17th edition, or everything we did, it doesn't cover you. So £50 is the minimum call-out charge. What I do, obviously, in the day at the moment, I don't really do call-outs in the evening. But if someone phones me up and says, "Yep, okay, I can come around in a couple of days," it's £50 minimum. And if they're a new customer, I send them this. And it's just asking for a 10% deposit. And if they're not interested in giving you, because whatever happens, it's going to cost them £50 for you to go there. So if you go there and say, "Yep, you need a new fuse board," it's cost me £50 to diagnose that fault, diagnose that problem. But then what I asked for is basically 10%. So if they're happy to give you 10%, which is a minimum of a fiver, then they've got your bank details. Then you know, and it sort of confirms it that they've asked to do you the job. They've paid you like an amount, £5 to do the job. So that sort of seals it in a contract to say, "Yes, I've asked you to go around." So it stands up in court as well. If it ends up you do £1,000 worth of work, then it's worth taking them to court. I've been in the scenario a few times where for £50 and no one pays it, it's not really worth taking them to court, because in small claims, it'll cost you £80 to start with in a small claims court. And have you really got the time to go to small claims all the time for a £50 bill? Not really. So this is the way I try to say, right, to get rid of them customers that then got no intention of paying you. So I just basically ask for a £5 deposit. And you know that the minimum charge, whatever happens if you turn up, is going to be 50 quid. So they're more than welcome to pay the whole lot, to pay £50 for you to turn up. And then obviously you let them know that if there's any additional work, it'll be confirmed with them first. You'll say to them, right, if I diagnose a problem, which is obviously cost you 50 quid, but you need a new bathroom fitting, or you need a new lighting circuit rewiring, basically, for my knowledge, for me to tell you that this is the fault, it's going to cost you £50, but then the additional work is obviously going to be a quote, or you'll ring them up and you'll tell them. You contact them beforehand because you've got to get it agreed. It's happened previously when I started out before. I've said, right, yeah, you need to do this, you need to rewire this, you need new steel wired armoured. And they said, well, I didn't know it's going to cost that much. Sugar. I should have said first and let the customer know how much the job was going to cost. So basically, once they give you a sort of, even a fiver deposit, that's obviously confirmed that they want you to do the work. And then they send you the bank, you send them the bank details as well. So then they've got your bank details already registered, so they can easily ping you across. It's modern technology. You can ping someone £5, £10, 5p these days. 500, I think it's up to £5,000 you can ping them easily, just over in minutes. So everybody should be able to do this. Then this will just confirm to say, yep, they're interested in actually doing the work. They're going to be a paying customer. It's quite rare, because you can sometimes tell that sometimes if someone's going to pay you or not by the way they talk to you on the phone, I suppose. It's just you get sort of a knack to it. So this is what I send people to get you sort of just a little deposit. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to upload this as well into the group, so you can just change it. You can just change the logo, obviously stick your logo up there where it says Toolbox Talks for Electricians, and your name, where all the green bits, that's what you want to change, just to send out to new customers. If you're a bit wary to think, yeah, they ain't going to pay, then go out and send them this. So, yeah, just all the green bits change, just to make sure they get you paid. But then this is just a thing that I do for new customers. After you meet the customers, you get to know them, understand that they're your regular pay, that they regularly pay you, sort of thing, for the jobs you do, especially with landlords, because the landlords might have 5 or 6 properties, and you go around, you do the ECRI, and you say, right, like this is the fault sort of thing that need doing, that are maybe C1, C2s, that need doing sort of desperately, because not many landlords do C3s. If they've not got sleeving on the switches, they're not interested in you going around to put the sleeving on the switches for like ID sleeving. But if it's a critical, like they've maybe got a bathroom light, well, that's not IP rated. That's a bad move. You need to sort that out. So you can recommend it, and you'll more than likely go back to it later on with remedial works. So once you get to know them and you've got to know the details, and they do pay you, then yeah, you don't have to. I don't take a deposit off of landlords after I've done maybe 2 or 3 jobs for them, maybe even the first after I've met them. So obviously I'll put this into the group where you can just change it. It's a Word document as well, so it's easily to change obviously details. That is no bank details, so you want to change it to yours anyway. But I'll put that and a link below it in this video, so you can find it easy. And new customers, so when they phone you up and they say, hi, can you go out to this job, you can say yes, no problem. If I send you the booking form to book me in for me to do your job, just call it that, and then they'll see that there's a 10% deposit, and you'll say, okay, well, if they're not going to pay the 10% deposit, then they weren't going to pay you. No one wants to pay money. They were just trying it. They'll probably ring 5 or 6 electricians to see who they can get to do it for free. But that's my little tip today, and I hope it helps. So I'll see you again on the next video.
Hello there. I want to give you a big warm welcome to Toolbox Talks for Electricians. My name is Ben Poulter, your host, and I've worked in the electrical trade from the age of 19 years old. And now, being at the ripe old age of 41,